so you have this. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, but I'm going to do it the opposite way. I'm going to do the opposite way of, I curled the one. Okay, now I'm going to do the other side, and I'll make a loop, and then you start. Sometimes it's hard to get started with the thicker gauges. I'm having difficulty here. But you just keep rolling and rolling. This is turning out a little bigger than I had planned, but I'm sure it'll look fine. Okay, and so there you have the swirl. And you're ready to wrap it inside the heart. Hold the swirl. Take your 24 gauge and you hold the swirl where you want it. You slip the wire through the scroll, whatever you want to call it. And you start wrapping it to the frame, and just keep wrapping and pull it pretty tight the first few. So I'm going to measure out this time about 5 inches. And I'm going to start with a small swirl, but it's going to be a different kind of swirl. Start with the basic end of the swirl, like we did in the last piece that we attached to the pendant. And you're just going to wrap it around several times. This is the 20 gauge, using the 20 gauge, so you're going to wrap it around about 3 or 4 times. Now that 5 inches, I believe, is going to be too long for this one. It might be. You want to place it up to your heart, right here where you're going to fix it. And you want to see how long you need for the curl to be. Okay, here's the next piece I'm starting on. And we started out with the basic curl, swirly, and now we're going to roll another one on the other side, but we're going to roll it in towards itself so that they're on the same side instead of opposite sides. The last one we did opposite sides. This time we're going to curl them on the same side. Okay, and here we have the second swirl, and you want to give it a little space so that you can wrap it to your pendant. And here's the pendant. It's mine is unfinished at the moment. And you place it. And you place it onto the bottom of the frame. Like so. And then you're going to wrap it around the edge. And if you want a very, very secure fit, or if you just want the look, you can just, take a very long piece of wire and just keep wrapping and wrapping up here. Start up here and then keep wrapping onto the piece, this little squirrely. And then you're going to take, and you can also make many variations of this heart, whatever you want to do. And then you can put one on this side, and you can wrap it. And then also what I did in the turquoise heart is I just used one swirly and then wrapped it up here. And then with the excess wire, I added some beads and wrapped around. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this now, and we'll be back later with the finished product. Okay, and now we've got 2 pieces wrapped to the frame. Make sure you wrap each piece here. In my picture you can see where it's all wrapped together. You want to wrap pieces together so that they stay secure and don't move around. And now we're going to add the other swirl, but I'm thinking about maybe leaving this as it is. It looks really pretty as it is. Okay, so I found some beads to go on the other side, so I'm going to continue with the other side and put it here. Take one scroll and you put it here and you wrap it against the frame. You take another one single scroll and you wrap it, and you also leave a tail, a small tail, and you loop on some. You take another small swirl and attach it further up, and then you leave a small tail sticking out so that you can put a bead on it, like a turquoise heart if you have one, or some white to match with the swirl. So that's what I'm gonna use them. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and attach those pieces, and I will show you the product after. I wanted to give you one tip. To make your wraps stronger, you want to wrap as much on the frame as you can so that it doesn't move around on you, okay? So that's just one small tip while you're wrapping the frame.